We are ready, Master.
Okay, thank you. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Thank you all for joining us. We hear DTT. Highly revered process in Buddhism still today. And for Master Xunhua, to my shock, when I left his disciples and went to these places, this unspoken attitude that you didn't do summer retreats, don't do summer retreats over there. Is that really, are you really cultivators? You call yourself true cultivators and so forth, and yet you don't do summer retreats. How is it possible? So I didn't have any good answer for it. But now looking back and looking at all these traditions, I understand why we still imitating Master Xuanhua's Dharma, where we don't do summer retreat. Because summer retreats are for 2, maybe 3 reasons. Again, number 3 reason is that The Buddhist disciples respect that and like that and provide financial support for you. For you are a temple that needs support. So that's a good reason for you to do, to bring attention to your temple and your Dharma. Okay? And so that you are a master, Dharma master, that all the monks and nuns would seek to come to your temple to cultivate. So it's very good for your reputation, and so forth. Okay, that's reason number 3. Reason number 1 is that what's the purpose? The purpose is for us to cultivate. And what do you cultivate for? You cultivate in order to open your wisdom, to build your samadhi. So they have 3 months every single year where they would do that. Whereas for Master YongHua side, our Mahayana side, we cultivate all year round basically. There's no difference between the summer or the winter or the spring. For us, every single day is cultivation, for me personally, and my disciples the same way. We don't have to wait until the summer and take it easy and wait until the summer to do our cultivation and show the world we actually are cultivating. Okay, we quietly cultivate every single day, and the results speak for themselves. You have been improving so steadily. It's amazing how good you are. Okay, how impressive you are, how scary you are actually. That you put so much pressure on us as teachers because we need to keep up with you. So if we wait, probably it's easier for us to only encourage you to come and practice during the summer retreat, and we can take it easy the rest of the year. I wouldn't mind. No winter chanchi. Would you like that? Just 3 months. So it's a lot easier for us. If we were to only have to worry about 3 months for cultivation, here, take it easy. Yeah, I wouldn't mind. Then maybe we do that when I'm a little bit older, like next year or so. Okay? And so you see, for us, we cultivate every single day. And if the purpose is to cultivate and to help you improve, then we've been doing that without worrying about the summer retreat. Because summer retreat, actually the schedule, honestly, their schedule for 3 months is very light. Very, very light. They're not as intensive as what you're doing right now. What you're doing right now for 1 week is so much more intensive. For you to take a week off from your family, from your job, your personal life, to come here for a week and do it, it's pretty intensive, a lot more so than over there. We have organized things where you actually follow the schedule, and the training to me is lacks. It's not that effective in my mind. Okay, and I dislike the fact that if anything that even drops a hint we're doing this to raise money, that I don't want to do. I will do that in the future. Let me tell you, in the future we will do that to include more people, to help people plant blessings. We'll allow people to come to our temple and drop $1 there, okay, in a donation box. That's fine. Or on the Texas, 10 cents, or send us electronic funds donation, whatever. I get that too. And so that's great, and we have nothing against it. But for me, to do anything that even gives you the impression we're trying to do it to raise money for ourselves, I don't like to do that. Never had to do it before, okay? I'm not going to do that. And again, I would do it in the future. I would do fundraising, I would do, things like that to include more people, to help more people plant Mahayana blessings. That's what it takes. But not for the sake of raising money. That to me is not something that I, as a monk, would be interested in doing. Okay? If you want me, you can pay for me. You don't have, you can buy me out. I don't need to. I sell wholesale, I don't sell retail. You can buy me out, okay? I'm for sale. Praise the Lord. Okay? But because of that, I have my price already. You want to buy me? You can buy me. Anyone can buy me if you can afford it. Okay? So I hope that my disciples won't ever feel they have to do things to make money, if you will. That's so worldly. Okay? And so those are the second. That's the second reason. The second reason is that I don't like doing anything to create goodwill in you, and so that we get more donations. Just to me, it's unbecoming of a monk and nun to do that, because when we don these garments, we wish to distance ourselves from worldly pursuits, such as making money and so forth. Okay, and so to me, the summer retreat, the reason for the Master YongHua not doing summer retreat is that ultimately the Chinese Chan school realize that it's much better to not do summer retreats. That's why it's not something that Master YongHua invented, but it happened already before him. Okay? And so that's why we don't do summer retreats. And I don't feel bad about it. I think it's a good idea not to have summer retreats for us. And if others like to have to do summer retreats, by all means, okay, they should feel free to do whatever works for them. It doesn't work as well for us, that's all. Okay. And second topic is, we are in the midst of discussing it. The Buddha said, and Master YongHua explained, that this very important point in Buddhism. We keenly are aware that we cannot help people unless we have conditions with those living beings. Okay? And that's one of the reasons that in the future, when we're ready, we will expand, make ourselves more available so that people can come and donate $1 or one apple or one book or something. That's for them to create conditions with us. Okay? Or come and steal a fruit tree, a fruit thing outside. That's create negative condition. That's okay too. And in the future, they have to find us to pay us back. That's a good conditions to have, okay, for us. Wei Mao.
Thank you, Master. Thank you for the context about summer retreats. I can't say I knew that much about them before I learned about it yesterday. And I just wanted to say, and since I encountered your Dharma, I haven't looked other places. I found it very progressive and very incredibly helpful personally. And I think one of the reasons is that there's the way that, with all due respect, Shakyamuni Buddha became enlightened thousands of years ago, but the world is a different place now. And I really appreciate how your Dharma incorporates that into its practice, because for someone working a job 40 hours a week or 50 hours a week, or, heaven forbid, a lot more, you have to be focused for a limited sprint of time to really cultivate. And I just wanted to say I appreciate your approach, and I find a summer retreat seems to me, with my very limited knowledge, a bit antiquated.
Okay, thank you for your feedback. Yeah, it works quite well for us, and we're going to keep it. Of course, we're flexible. If conditions change, we might do, summer retreat. We have a winter retreat as well, and maybe a spring retreat and whatever. Okay, we're flexible. I don't have any wisdom. That's why I look at the great teachers and try to emulate them, because I look at the results of their teachings, and that's my guideline. Question from JMT.
Good evening, Master. I have a comment and question. This is Sabo. 오늘은 얼굴이 노란 제가 유튜브 구독자들께 감사의 인사를 드리고 싶습니다. 제 자신이 이 대중에 합류하기 전에 유튜브 채널을 통해서 많은 도움을 받았었습니다. 대승의 법문 안에 들어와 계신, 그리고 경청하시는 여러분들을 진심으로 고맙고 반갑게 여깁니다. 네, 여기까지인가요? 네, 다음 이따가 할게요.
Master, I'd like to leave a comment. It's about the YouTube subscriber and also listeners. I'd like to thank them because for my situation, I was able to listen to YouTube and it was really helpful. And then I'm really appreciating all these listeners and they're listening to the Mahayana Dharma. Thank you so much for the YouTube listeners.
네, 그리고 오래도록 유튜브 채널을 유지하고 지속적으로 정보를 쌓아온 모든 관계자 여러분께도 감사의 말씀을 드리고 싶습니다. 네, 그리고 제가 보산사에 온 지 이제 3주가 지났는데요. 3주 지나는 동안 많은 분들이 장기간 단식이나 오래 앉기나 거뜬히 해내는 것을 보아왔습니다. 그리고 무엇보다도 수행과 정진하는데 서로 격려하고 도움을 주는 것에도 굉장히 감명을 깊게 받았습니다. 저도 단식 오늘 9일차인데요. 어떻게 하면 될까요? 질문은 이겁니다. 이상입니다.
So I'd like to continue thank for the people who's working for the YouTube. Thank you for continuously providing all the videos and accumulating all this data. I'd like to thank them. So my question is, I've been here at JMT for 3 weeks, and I saw people sitting long sit or having short or long duration of fasting. It's amazing how people are helping each other and each other's that cultivation and showing their vigor. And Master, this is my 9th day of fasting. Would you give me any advice what I should do at this point? Thank you.
What's that noise?
Oh, it's from Jewel Mountain.
Okay, blame it on them. Okay. Yeah, no problem. Jewel Mountain, you have a problem. Okay. And that's called teamwork. We point out where the problem really is. It's not ours. Okay, yes, I would like also, thank you for your feedback. I also would like to thank all of you again in your support and making this Dharma available on YouTube and all that. It's a very extensive process where we piece together a lot of things, technology and equipment and manpower and commitment. What's amazing is that it's only possible because of the vision of the people who really like the Dharma, and they said this is such a nice thing to share, and because they benefited a lot from the Dharma themselves, from YouTube. And so lo and behold, and now it's growing to the point where it's actually a big part of our budget, where we actually, and the manpower that it takes to do this, it's amazing. So thank you all for the vision, for the efforts and the continued development and improvement of this YouTube, Dharma on YouTube. Okay? Thank you. From the bottom of my heart. It's so helpful because this allows us to reach out to more people before we have a chance to add physical locations. My vision is that in the future, you will spread out and bring the Dharma to everywhere that we're invited to help people, okay? To serve the communities. And I see this as an essential skill for life. I feel that Chan is an important skill for life. I feel that Pure Land is the safest bet for you, the best bet for you to put an end to your sufferings forever. Okay, so that's why the YouTube and such media are the precursor to our coming to your communities. And whether it's our temples or if you other people would feel like other monks and nuns would like to come and receive training and so forth, we'd be glad to help them as well. Okay, and or in the future, my own disciples decided to go on their own and said, and of course they are certainly have the blessings and have qualified to do that. They can be their own bosses and go and implement their own things and implement their own visions and do the things. And we are very open-minded. But the purpose is to share this Dharma with everyone because I was transformed by this Dharma, and I saw so many of you whose life has changed so much for the better because of this Dharma. So it's fascinating to me. This is why it's to us, to me personally, it's an obligation. It's something I do because I'm so grateful to my teachers for teaching me, okay, and changing my life for the better, okay? And so that's the attitude we have. And that's what drives us to be able to share with more and more people. And YouTube and such media are at the vanguard of our dissemination and the sharing of the Dharma. So thank you again from the bottom of my heart. Okay. But thank you for reminding me. We're kind of casual about it, but I know that these people are so dedicated and they benefited from it, and that's why they committed to enhancing the YouTube experience. It's such a remarkable endeavor. I'm so grateful for that. Okay, keep it up. Okay, I'd like to make it better and better and better. Okay, all right. As far as the practice at JMT there, I'm pretty impressed with all of you as well. You are in a JMT there. I'm so impressed with you cultivating so hard, so vigorously, every single day. Okay, and during this chanqi here, these qis here, is even more intensive for you. So I've heard glowing reports from JMT. The people who came to JMT and said, "Oh, these people really cultivate." I said, "Really? My temples, people cultivating? That's unheard of. I thought we just goof off." But JMT people there, all of you there, are working so hard. I'm so proud of it. Okay. And you understand the one key thing there, okay? Again, guard yourself, folks. You are left home people. You are cultivators. I will provide for you. You should not have to worry about money. This is something that's such a big weakness for monks and nuns in our Dharma ending era. When you feel that compelled to go and make money to meet your expenses, that's when you no longer cultivate anymore. Okay? And so this is something I hope that the future generations, we may be small, we may be poor, but we have our style, our principles, and that we do this because it works for everyone. You cultivate there, and the people who come and support you, because you deserve support. And trust me, if you cultivate, that's what you're learning at JMT. You cultivate sincerely and vigorously, is a key word. Then the Dharma protectors will step up and support you. I'm one of your Dharma protectors. Okay? So that's what I learned from my master. That's why one thing that kept me going in spite of the lack of support and the poverty that I had to go through and our heartaches I had to go through, I never had to worry about money. No matter how poor I was, no matter how desperate I was, it was never a matter of money. Because all I wanted to do is cultivate and get back at these people who felt I was a loser. Okay? To prove to everyone and to me that I'm not a loser. Okay? So all I knew is that I had to cultivate. These people had decades ahead of me, so I had to play catch up. So if I had to divert my attention to trying to make ends meet, then I lose those moments of time on cultivation. Okay, so I'm doing the same for you. Okay, when you accept you in, or bring you in, is to support you. So with all your needs. And because why? Because I know from my personal experience that we're very proud of it. We don't have to make excuses to make money off you. I know how tough it is for you, how stressful it is for you already to go to work and perform, okay? And for us to find ways to pick your pockets and to make life easier for us, it's not our style. When it's difficult, we like it. That's why I like the Korean culture. You are not afraid of difficulties, okay? You like it. You rise to the occasion. You rise to the challenge. That's why you are steadfast. You are a bastion for Buddhism in the world. Even though your level is not that high, we're going to make it higher because you deserve it. Okay? You deserve better. You deserve because right now you are really a cornerstone of Buddhism in Asia. I can't think of anywhere else. Okay? You're a tiny country, but your track record is most impressive. I'm a little bit worried about your future, the future of Buddhism in Korea, because you can't attract young people anymore. You can't teach young people anymore. And you're not taking good care of your old people either. Okay? So the current generation, prior generation are not taken care of. Could be better for them by using a Pure Land Dharma door. And the current generation, the future generation would be much better off learning American Chan. Okay? And so you have all the blessings and great roots from your ancestors, from the Sunims that brought Mahayana to Korea. And they put in a very strong foundation for it. Now it's time for you. I challenge you to bring it up a few more notches. How? My rule is very simple. You can talk all you want. But I want you to look at yourself and say, I'm going to be better. I'm going to contribute to Korean Buddhism by being better than my master. I don't care who your master is. I will help you. You can be better. And that's how Korean Buddhism will be better. Because you will have higher level of samadhi and wisdom than your teachers. Is that clear? Okay? It's not just Korean Buddhism. If I happen to go to another country, another state, another place, okay, the same message, okay? If you want to become a better person, if you want to make a difference, if you want to take better care of your family and your children's future, okay, we can help you, okay? And if you happen to be Buddhist, same thing. You monk or nun, I don't care whoever you are. Come, we'll teach you so that you can be better than your teachers. That applies to everyone right now, including my masters. I would tell you this, I'm never scared of telling you, allowing you to go to other temples and learn, okay, so that you can compare for yourself what works better for you, okay? We'll never try to limit your exposure to other dharmas so that you stay within our cocoons. No, we're very open-minded. You feel like you can go to Catholicism to try, by all means. Tibetan to try, by all means. To my master's temple to try, go for it. Okay? But I'm telling you this is my personal challenge. Okay? If you feel that you can help your master, you want to help your master, help by becoming better than your master. Become a much better Dharma vessel than your teachers. All right? Now, as far as this particular nun here who's with us, all you new people, same message. Be patient. Don't think very highly of yourself. Our lay people are extremely scary. They're very, very high. They are higher. There are many of them. There's some who are enlightened, some who are enlightened than your more higher than your sunims, and they're lay people. So you should be scared of them. You should be respectful of them. Don't think that's because they don't wear the monks and nuns' robes that they are inferior to you. No, they're better than you. Okay, so be humble. So the first lesson you learn is be humble. When you're new to our organization, you're new here to do Ichu, to hear and learn from us and then come back to your temple, be humble. Our lay people are extremely scary. They have so much potential. Why? Because they took more time, they invested more time to plant the blessings and survived many, many tests, among which they've been bullied by my own nuns, and yet they didn't run away. Okay? That's a test as well. Okay? It's my fault. I allow my nuns to bully them. I'm willing to pay the price to train them. Okay? And so be humble. Our lay people are better than most of your Sunims. Let me tell you, for example, we've been in Korea how many years now? 4 or 5 years? 18. 5 years. About 5 years now. Okay? 5 years ago, this young abbot of mine here, he was second stage Arhat when we first were invited to go to Korea. Okay? And I said, I don't have any abbots. What am I going to do? Second stage Arhat is too low. Okay? But now he's an abbot. Let me tell you, I would never allow a second stage Arhat to be called an abbot in my temple. You need to have a certain level before I call you abbot. Okay? And so, you see, that's how, and for him to get there didn't take him decades. Took him only less than 5 years. Okay, so the system has been able to identify and filter out and select the ones that are capable of being trained and going the distance. Why? Again, go back, the fundamentals, the proper foundation that is so critical nowadays for you, especially Koreans and all you young people who are come new to the Sangha. You cannot afford to worry about money. It is so detrimental to your futures, to your improvements as a left-home person. You cannot afford to worry about money. That's the system I found in Taiwan, especially works very well under Master Shenhua. That's what we're imitating that. We're taking that and we utilize it. Okay? And so you, newcomers, there will be more you coming because of the track record that we've been producing. Newcomers, beware. Our lay people are very scary, and it should help you. It's designed to help you become more humble. Okay, it doesn't matter how many years you have, 20 years, 30 years, you come to my temple, my lay people are still better than you. The new ones are dangerous, but the old one who survived so many tests and trials and tribulations, they are very talented. And look at them, you cannot tell how humble they are. Therefore, you should be even more humble than they are. Okay? So be patient. We don't discriminate. Whether you're a lay person or monk, if you're trainable, I train you. As long as you don't run away, you still have a chance. All right? And so don't think so highly of yourself. All the temples, all the system may think if you have a lot of Dharma ages, or your Shifu is someone who's important, who's rich and so famous and so forth. It doesn't matter. You come to our system, you start over because we helped you rebuild your foundation. We use the good ones that you have, and you should be prepared to not depend on your whatever you achieved so far, because what you achieved is nothing compared to what you can achieve if you have the proper foundation, if you go through the proper training, okay? And take advantage of it, because I still have the energy to train you. When I want to stop and retire and go to the Bahamas, or when I'm bought out by someone else, and I can retire, have a good life for a change, then it's different, because right now I am certain teaching. You want certain teaching, you have to learn it from me, okay? Certain teaching is from a teacher. That's why I welcome your asking personal questions that, what do I do? In this particular nun situation, survive, okay? It's not easy. It's what we have, our fasting Dharma, finally is getting momentum, getting recognition. My master's fasting Dharma is different from ours. Ours, in other words, is much tougher than his fasting Dharma, okay? And the one rule, okay? You should come to the temple, okay, to fast under supervision. So for your case, you starting your first fast. I look at you because we keep an eye on you. It's a rather dangerous thing, delicate Dharma. So it's done under supervision of the Sangha. For you, you should make it. Let's make it challenging for you. Let's shoot for 7 days for now, and after, when you get closer, we will talk again. Okay? Survive is the advice. Find a way to survive. You can't make it, go back to your room, sleep it off, and once you have more energy, come back. Okay? That's all. That's why you all have your own rooms, because you can go hide and recover. No one will ask. Okay? Way Mountain.
Thank you, Master. We have a comment from YouTube as well, so I'll start with that one first. It's from Stefan Wonkmuller. Thank you, Master. Also from Germany, to all people helping with YouTube. It is amazing to be able to listen to the Dharma live. And also, Master, I don't know if you're aware that we have started another channel for YouTube in Spanish.
Nice.
So it's already starting. We have Diego translating right now.
Very good. Excellent. Thank you. Yeah, great job. Very nice. It's a lot of manpower. You realize that we do this every night, so it's it takes a lot out of you for the people to keep up with it and to make sacrifices, to translate, to attend, and so forth. And it's a lot of work, and it's volunteer work, and it's thankless job. It's never enough, and that's what I really appreciate is that these people decided to volunteer themselves. This is our style. We don't like to ask. I prefer that you decide on your own to do it. Then your blessings are far greater than for me asking for it. Okay? All right. Congratulations. That's very good. Okay, more and more will be made available to more people. That's great. Way Mountain. Oh, that's it. Okay. And what's nice about this is, let me tell you, what's special about you is that your growth is incredible. You know that? Oh, look, 5 years, it's such a long time for us. Okay? People, now your training and your rate of progress is incredible. You're surpassing so many people quickly, within a year or two or a few years. Yes, one in the back.
Yes, Master. From what I heard, Sobosunim already fasted 9 days.
9 days already?
Yeah.
How come I heard one? Then she can stop.
She's asking for instruction.
She
at
looks
this
so
point.
good. Let's do another 5 days. 5-7 days. Shoot for 5 to 7 days. Okay? I'm sorry. I thought it was 1 day. Wow. She looks so good. You can do it. Continue. Okay. Thank you for pointing out my mistakes. Okay. Any other questions and comments? Okay, very good. Now, we're talking here about conditions, and Master YongHua says this is a fundamental Buddhist teaching. Yes, too.
Emitofuo Master, I just want to rechecking about my instruction. You suggest fasting 2 more days, so I start to another day. Then still this fasting I need to do. I need to do another instruction together, right?
I don't understand.
제가 단식하는 동안에 그 지침을 받은 것이 더 있었는데 그 지침도 함께 하는 것이 맞는지 다시 한번 체크하고 싶어서 질문드렸습니다. 네, 추가된 이틀이 있어서 그 이틀 동안에도 네.
Master, I'd like to check with you. I'm doing the fasting, and then you give me additional instructions. Do I still follow that for the additional fasting days? Thank you.
Additional instructions for fasting days. What is that?
GCR and do the GCR with bowing and
If you can.
yes.
Yeah, because it's a physical activities there. So if you can, do it. If you cannot, then don't do it. Because when your sugar runs out, you need to limit the physical activities.
Yes.
And this is you have no more sugar in your system. And so while you still can, you can do it. But once you reach a certain level, then you don't want to do physical activities anymore. Okay?
Okay, thank you, Master.
Thank you for asking. Yeah. Try your best and go as far as you can, but don't overdo it. Way Mountain.
Thank you, Master. I appreciate you mentioning about Master Z, and I just wanted to share a comment about spending time with Master Z. especially for the new Sunim in Korea, as well as our YouTube audience and anyone who has not visited Dharma Treasury Temple in San Francisco. Each time I visited with Master Z, I'm immediately at ease. And just being within his vicinity has helped me progress in ways that I can't really describe. He's one of the most humble, soft-spoken, and incredibly strong people I've ever met. I have to say that just having the opportunity to be around him has made me a better man. And I'm so thankful to you for your training with him, and as well specifically just to Master Z. Thank you so much. If you haven't had the opportunity to meet him or meditate with him, it's, for me, a life-changing experience. I can't speak highly enough.
Thank you very much for your feedback. Yeah, we know that. I know that. You're something you discover gradually and naturally. And this is not about bragging, but it's about the training process. This reinforces you why the system we chose to follow and adhere to is the good no advisor system, where you practice under a good no advisor. Okay, and Master Z, I'm proud of the fact I only gave him very limited set of instructions, the way I was trained as well, in similar fashion. And that's it. It's not like I talk to him every day or anything. It's just like I only give him instructions when it's time. And he's able to execute very, very well. And that's a difference. This is why, in contrast to my own personal training, where from my Chinese teacher, I didn't have that, by the way. And so, but it reinforces the fact, but what I had was with my master, Master YongHua, is the unshakable, unbreakable belief in not him, his Dharma. I couldn't understand him, why he did certain things, okay? But I believe his Dharma. Let me tell you, I believe that it's because I heard it before in my prior life. So when I heard it again, say, yeah, that makes sense. So this is why we're talking about the conditions. That's one way. When you listen to the Dharma here, you create the conditions with the Dharma, that in the future, you hear it again and say, oh yeah, it makes sense to me. And when you hear other things, you say, I don't know. And that's exactly what I heard. When I heard Master YongHua's Dharma, it made so much sense to me. When I heard his own disciples interpreting his Dharma to me, I said, no, you don't get it. That's because I heard it before. That's conditions we're talking about. So now when I met his Dharma again, even he didn't have to teach me much. I just listened to it, said, and we're talking about listening to the English translations. Okay? At a low level, it worked very well already. And so these are the conditions that are so critical. You need to listen to Dharma here, and even the children you bring to our temples, and the dogs let them listen to the YouTube channels at home. Okay, it goes through the ear organs. It's conditions for them as well, for future reference. Believe it or not. Okay, it's so important. That's why thank you again for the YouTube channel for all the translation work and making it available for a lot of people. because it creates conditions for them with American Mahayana. Okay, and that's based on the system we have we got it from a Chinese. That is, you study a good knowing advisor's Dharma, not just anyone's. You have to choose someone to be a good knowing advisor. Okay? Yes, you're free to go from this master to that master and so forth because you don't know. But eventually, if you have the blessings like I did, I looked at a lot of masters and no one could compare to Master YongHua because I heard it before. You see that? So eventually, after 4 or 5 years of searching, actually 6 years of 6 years of searching, I settled on Master YongHua's Dharma. I did not understand him, but I only believe in the Dharma, his Dharma. Okay? So my training was based on his Dharma. What I'm giving you now is different. What I'm giving you is a live person for you to ask. A live person looks at you and said, okay, do this. And that's called sudden teaching, which I never received. I only received it via the 6th patriarch, not via Master YongHua. Okay? And so I hope that that someday after you have a chance to listen to the Dharma and practice for a while, then you will understand the importance of choosing a good knowing advisor. And you, left home people, you should aspire to be a worthy good knowing advisor. Okay? That's our tradition. Because this sudden teaching Dharma must be transmitted to the next generation. I didn't have it when I was being trained. So now you have it. I hope someday some of you feel grateful enough to say, I want to do it for the 4th generation. I will help you train you in the 4th generation. And who knows, I might live longer than you, and I might train the 5th generation. Let's have a race. See who will last longer. You or me. All right? No. All right. Thank you, everyone. It's a team effort. For the last 17 years, 18 years, I've been conducting a lot of experiments. And I realized that now the reason it works so well is because we have a team in place who are dedicated, who benefited greatly from a Dharma, and now they want to share with everyone else. Okay? All right, so conditions. We're creating positive conditions with people, and that's your blessings. All right? And so going back to slide 23, where the Buddha was doing a summer retreat at a certain country in India, and the people were cold to him, whereas they were very warm. They gave a warm welcome to Mahamoggallana. And it turns out they couldn't understand it. He's the Buddha. He's supported recognized by many kings, and welcome in so many kingdoms back then. All of a sudden he went to this kingdom here and they gave him a cold shoulder. And the Buddha simply said, it's all causes and conditions in the past. These people were a swarm of bees, okay? Meaning about 15,000 bees, okay, in a beehive. And the Buddha was kind of a mean person, whereas his son Mahamoggallana in a prior body was kinder. So your karma you're creating, okay, you're doing has consequences, okay, and that's why back then, Shakyamuni Buddha was not a nice person, a kind person. He lacked kindness. He was only preoccupied with his own well-being. So that's why the bees remember. See, that karma carries with you. Now he become a Buddha, Shakyamuni Buddha. That karma is still in his consciousness. And now these bees, the enmity the bees had towards the Buddha because his bad attitude back then matured. And that's why the Buddha got a cold shoulder, whereas Moggallana was welcomed with open arms. All right? Yeah, so that's what the story here behind the conditions. So even when you have this thought of being helpful, that's called mind karmas, it still creates conditions with people, with living beings. Okay, if you even add to it by your own body karma, by actually doing something like using your own hands and give it to them, okay, then the conditions are even stronger, affinities are even stronger, all right? And so the Buddha said, yeah, that's the way it is. Now I have no affinity with these people, or these who were formerly bees, but Moggallana had affinity with them. So again, teamwork, you see that? So that's why don't force the issue. We can't help everyone, okay? We try to, but is it fair to say, is it accurate to say that the Buddha has no affinity with the bees? Not at all. The way that the Chinese explain it is simpler, they simplified for you. But the Buddha had affinity with the bees, with those people. Yeah? How? Because it's through his son. Who brought the sun to the world? You see? And therefore, indirectly, on the surface, the bees, those people are kind of cold towards the Buddha, but actually, in their heart, they're still grateful to the Buddha. That's how Moggallana can use the Buddha's Dharma to help the bees. You see that? It's a lot deeper than you think. It's not only about, I can help you and you like me. It's a lot more going on behind the scenes. Yes? So don't worry about, oh, I can't help. No, we help the best way we can, and sometimes people don't realize that we help him, but they just don't know. That's all. It doesn't matter. Okay? The concept here, try to create affinities with living beings. Okay? Good affinities with living beings the best way you can. All right? And 33, and as all for me to be disciple, the Buddha. So I shoo them away, they won't leave. So that's the thing. That is, when you have affinities with the Dharma, and even though we try to turn you away, push you away, you come back. Ahung, for example, is one example. I wanted him to leave, and he came back. Okay, I said, it would be great if you could go out in real life and for 3 years at least and learn things I can't teach you. In order for me to do that, I had to be very mean to him. I said, I'm a bad teacher, I'm a bad monk. Go, live your life, find someone else better. Okay? And because he has affinities with the Dharma and with me, clearly we had prior affinities. So he's still around. And now he's slaving for WMT. Thank you, everyone. You see that? It's right here. I tried to shoo him away, but he kept on coming back. And thank you, Lord. And those are affinity, if I try to keep them here, they won't stay very long. See, what's the point in me trying to keep you here and prevent you from knowing about that great monk or that great nun and so forth? You know, if you go and find a better teacher, if I were to stop you, I'm creating bad affinities with you, am I not? Actually, it makes me stupid. If I intentionally prevent you to open your wisdom by the teaching of another teacher, whether he's better or worse than me, it doesn't matter. If I do anything to prevent you from doing that, my wisdom will be hurt. I plant the seeds of stupidity in me. So that's why we will never stop you from going anywhere to learn from anyone else. Okay? Never. And then, of course, I'm known to be racist and violent and temperamental and unpredictable. So a lot of people ran away, but some of you still hang around, and so you passed the test. So I beat it on you I beat on your ghosts. You go. Still nowadays, some people are frightened of me, and they don't understand why. Before they liked being around me, now they are so afraid of me. They don't want to come near me. They're just afraid to even to listen to me or look at me, and they don't realize that their ghost, is scared of me. Okay, I'm very gentle to you. I'm frightening to you ghosts. And that's what happened last year. I went to one of my temples and realized, I'm being attacked. So I beat him up on the demon and said, who do you think you are? I own this temple. And you want to attack me in my own temple? Haven't you heard of something called territory? I'm very territorial on top of being all the bad things. I'm very territorial. You come to my territory, I rule. I'll beat the heck out of you to show you who the boss is. And they got the message. So that's about having affinities. And the Master Shenhua never not worry about people running away or keeping you from learning from someone else. It's an act of stupidity. And then he said, I remember earlier I told you I was afraid people would come because I would spend energy to help people. Okay. And he said, actually, I was kidding. You see? Take whatever he says with a grain of salt. Okay? He says it, but he didn't mean it. He said it, he didn't mean it at all. Okay? It's a test. He says, I'm afraid to spend energy on you. And if you have wisdom, immediately you laugh inside. You say, oh, no, it's not true. He has endless energy. Why would he be afraid to waste energy on anyone? Even if you waste energy on someone, it's still you're creating affinities with them. So it's never a waste. He's never afraid of people coming and disliking him or criticizing him or taking advantage of him. Doesn't matter. Okay? So he's not afraid, okay? Only low-level people, unenlightened people, or low-level enlightened people would still be afraid. Master YongHua is way beyond that. He has no fear at all. And that's why I told you. Linji, Rinzai, that school there doesn't work anymore at higher levels. Higher level enlightenment, Linji cannot make it. Doesn't work at all. It's a waste of time. And I saw that in how Master Wei Shan trained his disciples. I didn't see Master YongHua train his disciples. What I saw, I'm not impressed by the way they imitated him. But when we studied Master Wei Shan and we're doing Master Yang Shan's anecdotes next, we're beginning to do that. I understood how they train his disciples. So, for example, Master Wei Shan was at the low level people. He was kind of brutal. You don't understand his brutality, but I do. And whereas towards Master Yang Shan, he wasn't at all. There's a huge difference in training. Okay? Okay, so the Dharma realm is mine, and if they don't fall, they can run beyond the bounds in the Dharma realm. I don't know, this is too Chinese. I've been accused and criticized of not understand Chinese at all. And it's true, I don't understand Chinese. I'm grateful for the translation, okay? This is very Chinese to say the Dharma realm is mind. But it's also mine as well. It's his, it's mine, it's yours, it's everyone's. Okay? So, but Master YongHua says it's mine, so they can't run away from me. For me, I said, it's mine, it's yours, and you should run away as far as you can when you feel like it, okay? And come back when you're ready. Okay? It's okay, it's temporary. Go check into a different hotel. Go visit another country. Try different food. If you can run outside Dharma realm, that is considered good. I don't go here. Then, and so forth. I don't know why he talked like this, because I assure you, in 1971, this talk doesn't apply to any of his disciples. They don't understand what he's talking about. Okay? Maybe he's talking to invisible beings, but not these pale-faced people. Okay? And very much like the Monkey King, who in the Chinese folklore, Chinese literature, he has spiritual penetration. He have Shen Zu Tung, spiritual foot. He can travel from here and can travel for a long distance in a split second. And so the Buddha says, "You think you're good, huh? Here's my palm of my hand. See, you can get away from my hand." So Monkey King says, "Really? Your hand is pretty small to me." So the Buddha says, "Yeah, so let's make a bet. If you can do your things and you get out of my palm of my hand, I will whatever. And if not, then if you can fail to do that, then you have to escort this stupid monk on a white horse to India to bring back the sutras to China." And sure enough, the Monkey King took the bet, and he leaped, and his skills are incredible. He knew full well that he can use his spiritual foot to travel long, long distances in a split second. So he did that. And he found out that it's still within the palm of the Buddha's hand. Okay? And that's until the Buddha's hand is big. It's much bigger than the Monkey King can have the skill to travel. Okay? So the concept of unlimited mind and everything is within that Dharma realm, within his mind. Okay? And that's what we are today. Any questions or comments? Okay, excellent. Way Mountain.
Emitofuo, Master. I have a question. I was trying to analyze too much while you were talking right now, per usual. And I was thinking to myself, how do I get more of an affinity to a straight mind? And then I just thought to myself, just do it. But when I try, I keep hitting obstructions. Either my body shakes or, I don't know, I feel like this overwhelming feeling in my body, in my mind. And then I start looking for what's causing that. How can I just work through the problem, try to overcome it, try to see the problem and then let it go. But I keep getting stuck there. So what can I do?
Very good. Continue. Don't quit. Do more. Continue and do more. That's all. Don't have to understand. That's all. Your mind is very small. Whatever you can understand is so small. That's why one of the first things you need to learn is to stop trying to understand. Because that desire to understand is what limits you. So that's why acknowledge the fact you want to understand, but you will not do anything. Instead, focus on enduring more and more and more. That's how. He wants to understand. There's nothing to understand. You should feel grateful that I'm giving you instructions. No one gave me such instructions, by the way. Actually, they talked me out of it. They tried to talk me out of it. And I said, I don't believe you because your interpretation of my master's Dharma is wrong. Again, because I heard it before in a prior life. Could be we have the same teacher in a prior life. That's why I don't trust him. I only trust the Dharma, which means it comes from our teacher. Okay, I shouldn't tell you state secrets too often. Korean YouTube.
정인화님의 질문입니다. 아미타불 마스터, 저는 12년 전쯤에 사마타 윗바사나 수행을 배우고 집에서 혼자 수행을 하였습니다. 처음에 너무도 재밌어서 밥 먹는 것도 잊어버리고 TV 드라마도 보고 싶지 않았습니다. 어느 날 창밖을 보면서 누웠는데 지극한 행복감이 들었습니다. 두 번째는 자선하려고 앉았는데 마음이 저절로 착 내려놓아지고 제 의지는 없고 무언가가 알아차리고 있었습니다. 저는 이것이 마음이 하는 것이라고 생각했었습니다. 그때 저도 어쩌면 아주 얕지만 산매를 경험했던 것일까요? 그것에 집착하는 것은 아니고 앞으로 진전하고픈 마음에 조심스럽게 여쭤봅니다.
This question is from YongHua. Emitofuo Master. About 20 years ago, I cultivated samatha and vipassana, and I studied at home by myself. At first, it was so fun, and I forgot about eating. I don't want to watch TV programs anymore. But one day, I look out the window, and then I felt the happiness, deep happiness. Second thing, I try to sit to meditate. Suddenly, my mind fall down, like dip in, I don't know how to say this, let go of mind. It's not my will, but something recognized this. I thought that this is function of my mind. Do you think that maybe it's very light, but it's some kind of samadhi that I experience? This is not my attachment. Only I'm asking is just to wanted to progress and cultivate more. So I carefully asking you about this. Thank you.
It's probably a good thing that you experience, but that's nothing worth asking about, worth trying to understand. It's really nothing at all. Nothing there to be wasting time to try to understand, because your level is too low. When you cultivate, there's one thing that is undeniable. What is a samadhi level you can reach? That's the bottom line to us. You can talk all you want, but the results is what? How far you can go. And so these little things, these little states, these experiences really are meaningless. They're nothing at all to us. We don't rest on our laurels. We don't have time to rest on our laurels. What we accomplish today, we forget it. We continue tomorrow with the same vigor, the same enthusiasm, because tomorrow is a new day and we start over again, day after day after day after day. We are relentless. We don't have time to worry about what happens to us 10 years ago or 20 years ago. That's nothing. If you are doing it right, you're practicing the proper Dharma, you're using the proper methodology, you would not have time to even bother understanding what happened to you 20 years ago. That's nothing. 20 years ago to us is more than a lifetime for most people. Okay, so this goes for all of you as well. I respectfully acknowledge that you help me in your practice. Those who've been practicing Buddhism more than I have, or for a long time, I'm grateful for that, because of you, Buddhism still remains. Because of you, you are the reason why we're doing this. We're doing this. I'm doing this to express my gratitude towards all of you, to support, not about me, support your teachers, support your Sri Lankan teachers, your Thai teachers, your Vietnamese teachers, without which there would be no more Buddhism for me to learn and to compare. I learn both from the good things as well as from the bad things. Okay? That's Buddhism to me. Buddhism is all of it. The good monks, bad monks, good nuns, bad nuns, good novices, bad novices, good disciples, bad disciples, good non-disciples, bad non-disciples. That is all Buddhism to me. So I'm grateful for Buddhism to exist. Therefore, I have no jealousy, I have no fear of someone getting better than me, or do I feel any superior, someone who's not as good as I am. It's irrelevant, because my own example and my own experience, my disciples' experience, my students' experience indicate that with a certain Dharma, you can surpass anyone. It doesn't matter how long they've been practicing. Okay? And we take pleasure in rising in that challenge. I know because of my commitment to you, I can no longer afford to try to be better than my master. But someday I will. Okay? Because I did that, I have to ignore you. I cannot afford to carry you on my back and then try to be better than he. Okay? But if you want to be better than your masters, I will help you. That's my challenge. Okay? Be better and better. Who cares what happens 20 years ago? It's nothing, trust me. It's too long for us. 20 years, you should be enlightened already. What is the matter with you? If you're enlightened, why you should worry about something, a small state of mind that you experienced some long time ago? That's nothing worth asking. Okay? I'm sorry. Move on. Okay? Move on and be better. You can. Don't set your sights so low. Don't think so highly of your past accomplishments. They are nothing. Let me repeat for you. Let me look in the camera. It's nothing. What you accomplish is nothing. You can be so much better. Believe.
Yes, my master.
Mwah! Mwah! Thank you, everyone. We stop here tonight.